So now we're going to take a look at the second tale in the 5 tales of a pirate's life. Players are diving deep into the Sunken Kingdom in search of Jack Sparrow's compass, which was still aboard the Black Pearl when it was attacked. The compass is the key to what players will need to save the Sea of Thieves. So players will be diving deeper than they've ever been able to dive before into the Sunken Kingdom, and this is the home and the stronghold of the Sirens. You'll see a Siren Shrine, which is a smaller building, but also the Siren Citadel, which is guarded and home to the stronghold of the Sirens. Players will also venture inside these Siren structures, which have been built from coral and also the ruins of pirate ships. Sirens do drag these ships into the Citadel using these chains and then break them apart and use them to reinforce their structures, and also as methods of traversal, which you'll see throughout the tale as well, for the ocean crawlers that are in service to them. So they really look and feel nothing like you've seen in Sea of Thieves before. Players will come across these Siren Statues that are harnessing the power of Siren Song. And by interacting with these statues and causing them to sing in different configurations, players can enact change using water in the environment. So for example, you may be able to play a rising note of song that causes a giant stone face to open and water to cascade out into the environment, raising you up and allowing you to swim to areas that you couldn't get to before. We created a sort of breadcrumb trail of debris that players can follow through the darkness and the gloom in order to get that perfect moment where you see the Black Pearl. But of course, even though you're seeing the Black Pearl, it's also a very melancholy moment because it's chained. You know, the ship of freedom and everything that that represents is chained at the bottom of the ocean floor, about to be dragged into this Siren Citadel. With Sirens, we knew we wanted to go really deep on making them feel really fluid, really intelligent, really majestic and beautiful creatures, but at the same time terrible and frightening. So one of the core things that we first set out to do in prototype was actually how they move. And we have a system behind the scenes that allows the Sirens to move in a really beautiful way through the 3D environment. There are 2 types of Sirens. The base Sirens, they will have a scratch attack where they can come towards you and attack you really ferociously. But at the same time, they can also back off. They will fire a note of song over to you. The Sirens and the ocean crawlers all have this mysterious gem in the center of their chest, and the Sirens are able to use the power of that to create a sphere around them. It will damage players, but will heal themselves and any other Sirens that are nearby at the same time. And then a step up, you also have Siren Leaders. So these are easily identifiable by the fact that they carry the Trident of Dark Tides, and they will fire this Trident at you, and they'll also still come in close and attack you, but they'll do so with the Trident. And again, they're able to heal themselves, but their gem is a little bit more powerful. With the ocean crawlers, they're a new land-based threat. You will find them throughout the tales, but you'll also find them whilst just adventuring on islands in Sea of Thieves. And there are 3 completely brand new, unique AI enemy types. So you have the crab ocean crawler. So this is the really big ocean crawler that will come towards you and unleash a devastating claw pummel attack. You have the electric. This ocean crawler will fire electric-based attacks at you. It will dash around lightning fast. It can also, though, cast an electric shield around the other ocean crawlers, meaning that you need to back off, because if you get too close to an electric shielded ocean crawlers, when damage is dealt to them, the lightning will actually chain to you and anyone else nearby, and you'll take damage from that. And then we have the Hermit, who uses spores. They're always kind of pouring out of its mouth, and if you get too close, it will breathe those spores on you and poison you. But it can also burrow into the ground and these kind of cracks will appear in the ground. When they burst out, they'll do damage to you. They can also run and charge at you in a really ferocious attack as well. The Trident of Dark Tides is a brand new weapon that players will come across as part of their adventures in a pirate's life. You can also find it scattered throughout the world of the Sea of Thieves. One of the challenges to players when they're adventuring underwater is managing their air. And we wanted to deliver a way for players to understand that and be able to get their air back so that they can adventure for longer in a way that's really intuitive. So we have these plants underwater that are really strikingly obvious. They have bubbles emanating from them. All you need to do as a player is find one of these plants if you're running out of air, go near it, and it will completely refill you. Players will uncover the fate of the Black Pearl and its crew, and players will take part in an epic battle against a familiar Sea of Thieves enemy in ways never seen before.